What's going on with the truckers? I am proud to say that Mutha Trucker News is 1.1000001% of the reason why my friend Troy Lakes got pardoned from President Trump. And it is so awesome to be a part of this journey. Basically, we've talked about his story. He was deleting trucks for just owner operators that couldn't make it on emissions. And, they wanted to make an example of him. And so we put the petition out there. And again, I was 0.0001% of the reason. And I'm only saying that is because, Troy Lake's family is telling me this. And I'm so proud to be that 0.001% of this. But we got the pardon from President Trump, and they just sent me the actual letter that shows it. I'm emotional. I feel great about this. I'm thankful for this. And so, my truckers, just know the power of the people, the power of the mother truckers out there that just signed in on this petition to help out this man and his family. Because look, I understand deleting trucks, it is what it is, but he was just trying to help families. I was in a situation like that. I was in a situation where my DPF filter just kept having problems. It just kept me in the shop and almost bankrupted my little trucking business. So, this is happening all across America. So I just want to say that I'm ecstatic for this. Let's get into today's video. Let's talk about some topics here, and let's have a great conversation. But man, I'm glad that Mutha Trucker News got to the point where we could just be a small part in something special. So congratulations to the Lakes family. We love you, and glad that the president pardoned you for this. All right, Mutha Truckers. So before we get into today's video, we got a Black Friday deal from Seat Specialist. My friend Jen says she wants to give 20% off in stock seats, and the deal's from now till the end of day on Monday, so Cyber Monday. So if you need a new seat, hit them up. I'll put a link in the descriptions, or I'll put the link on this page or in the comments. And again, Jen is just a friend. I'm not getting paid to say this. I just like hooking friends up, especially if they're hooking up the driver. So definitely, hopefully there's some good deals. So my truckers, comment down below. Tell me what you want this year and need a discount on for Black Friday. So let's start with some rules and regulations for the day. So one that has just come out, and this one I really like. People are like, Alex, you don't give your opinion enough. Well, here it is. I like this one. Okay. So this bill would require everyone taking to get their CDL. You got to take the test in English, right? And you think that's common sense, but it's not, because the skills test has to be in English. But there's a lot of states out there that make the knowledge, the written portion, in different languages. Why is that, right? So this bill right here, called the Commercial Motor Vehicle English Proficiency Act, would actually clear that up. So basically, the current law allows the CDL knowledge test to be administered in any language. But now, if this passed, then of course, all the written tests will need to be in English. So thank you to Representative Dave Taylor and Greg Stubbe for this. And we hope this goes through. This is a positive thing, and this will help with having qualified drivers driving a truck, for sure. It's almost like in every segment, we do have to cover ICE on this and what they're doing with inspections now, especially Oklahoma. Oklahoma has been putting up these sting operations, and they have been really fighting for public road safety right here. So they had a sting operation for 12 hours on Monday, and they were sharing it today and talking about this right here. And so basically, they stopped over 160 commercial vehicles, right? Let's get into some of this right here. It states, as part of the operation, OHP troopers conducted 160 commercial vehicles inspections, as well as making hundreds of passenger vehicle contacts. Of the CMV drivers inspected, 7 legal aliens were cited for violation of national standard for English language proficiency. So, wow. So that's, 7. We got 7 drivers off the road that didn't speak enough English, that couldn't read road signs. Troopers say that 76 illegal aliens were taken into custody for immigration violations as the result of the 12-hour detail. So that's a lot of drivers, man. Out of the 160, over that's a lot, man. Over 76 illegal aliens. It says during the emphasis, OHP apprehended 2 individuals just north of Texas border who were trafficking 160 pounds of grain in possession of a firearm and body armor while committing this felony. Additionally, 9 of the illegal aliens apprehended by OHP are expected to be charged with other felony crimes. The illegal aliens apprehended this week have prior criminal histories for drug possessions, DUIs, and hit and runs, property theft, and soliciting. Wow. There's a lot here, guys. There's a lot here. And conducting illegal entry into the U.S. So, Mutha Truckers, that's just a 12-hour operation. So, how many of these illegal drivers do we have on the road? And thank you to Oklahoma for doing this, for keeping the roads safe. And, Mutha Truckers, comment down below, but just want to share this information with you today. So, let's definitely have a conversation here. I've been wanting to share my opinions more and just wanting to spend time with you guys. So thank you so much for everybody that comments on the video. I do my best to comment back. I did get a lot of pushback from lease drivers that say that leasing works. And I just want to talk about that just for a little bit. And I'm sorry to say, but my opinion still stands. And, it's just my opinion. Right. And if you've gone through a lease with a company, and let me say this again, right? If you lease a truck and you can take that truck wherever you want to take it and you can work for yourself, hey, I'm happy for you. I'm glad that you're doing what you can do. But if you work for a company and that company is telling you that this lease, there's no accountability for it, it's a dollar buyout. You basically get this new truck. You got bad credit. You don't have any experience, and they're going to give you this crazy truck, and your payments are going to be like $6,000 a month, right? That they're going to break down by week for you to make these payments, and you have to run their runs, and that's it. I think those are predatory leases, and if you've got one like that, and you've finished the lease, man, I truly am proud of you. I truly am like you're such a hustler to be on the road to finish something like that because you're not supposed to. So, a lot of truck drivers that got these type of leases, and we don't have to say the companies, we know who they all are. But yeah, I have to stand my ground on this. If you can't go out, you don't have the experience, you don't have the customers, and you don't have the financials and the credit to go out and buy your own truck and do things the right way, I recommend you truly just stay a company driver. There's nothing wrong with that. It's more important to provide for your family and try to get home to them once in a while, versus, these contracts where they're not in your favor. They truly don't care if you finish the lease or not. The more you're in that truck and the more you pay down that truck, they're happy. They're just going to put someone else in that truck until that person wises up. So, I just want to make a point. I'm sorry, put my foot down on this. For a lot of the drivers that email me and say, hey, Alex, I lease with Prime, I lease with Swift, I lease with XYZ, and it's great for me and I love it. I'm making so much money. I just don't agree. I truly don't. I apologize, right? And hey, hopefully we can still be friends, but I think it's predatory, and I care about you guys. I want to have your back, and if you don't believe me, it's okay. I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're out here hustling and doing what you got to do. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just can't change my mind on it. Mutha Truckers, comment down below. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.